Hey there and welcome back. Alright, so let's get started with our Bootstrap thumbnail. Let's go over the code right now. To integrate our thumbnails, I'm going to start right below the hero here. I'm going to add in a class, a div with a class of row, since we're going to be setting up multiple items within our series. So we'll open up a div, give that a class, call it row. Alright, so close that div, and let's start working in between. Next thing we do is we need to set up the scaffold for that title right above our thumbnail. So I'm going to give that a div class of page header. This is a Bootstrap specific class. It'll help out with page headings. It does exactly what it says. So in h2, and we'll call that recent post. Alright, so the next thing that we need to do is add in a div, the class of column small 6. So column SM6. This will mean that whenever we are on a small screen, we have a half-sized column grid. Then, whenever this is on a large screen, we want a column on medium screens, at the very least, with a class of 4. So that takes our column of 12 and divides it into thirds, so 3 thumbnails will sit right next to each other. In that, and let's do a little bit of work in between. The next we have div class of thumbnail. This is a Bootstrap specific thumbnail class. You can use it in many instances and it is great. The next thing that we need to deal with is our image. So we'll start with an image with a source of image hold B1. And of course these file paths are all my own and yours will be unique. b1.jpg. Alright, and of course we can add in our alt tag. And for now we'll just put the ... there since we're not necessarily describing any actual image. Next thing we need to do is have a caption. So we'll have a div class of caption. Again, a Bootstrap specific caption within our thumbnails. Now I'm going to paste in some content into this thumbnail. We have our heading for the thumbnail, along with a p tag with some lorem text in it, and a button. So an a tag, an anchor with a class of button, button primary, and a button block. So this will make sure that our button extends the full width of the container that holds it. We're going to give this a role of button and simple text of read more. Now let's go in the browser and see what we have now. Open up our browser, go to our page, press refresh, and there we have it. We're on a medium screen right now, and there's our first thumbnail. That looks pretty good. Let's see what happens whenever we add additional thumbnails in. Back in our code, let's simply take our thumbnail and copy it, paste it a few more times. So we'll do a total of 6. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's take that and save it. Head back into our site, and you can see that our Bootstrap thumbnails have figured themselves out and placed them into their correct and respective places. Looks like we have one extra. Let's just take that out and even our site properly. Alright, so let's take that out, jump back in, and there we have it, 6 Bootstrap thumbnails. That's about it for Bootstrap thumbnails. It really is pretty easy. If you need more information on how to deal with them, just jump into the Bootstrap documentation. Now, this site needs a little bit of help as far as aesthetics go, and we're going to do that in our next few videos. We'll cover how to style Bootstrap to make it your own. We'll see you then.